from before. Welcome back to Blast the Process 2, where we raise Sega awareness. Continuing the Shinobi fun, we have Faust4712 here doing Jerry.
Hello, friends.
Hello, everyone. In order to do this no kunai style, I use the 6-button code. In order to do that, at the beginning screen, you highlight options and hold mode on a 6-button controller that's in the first controller port, and then up C on a 3-button controller in the second controller port, and then hit start on the first controller, and you'll get this option screen that says option instead of options. That basically just enables 6-button mode. And that means A is now guard, B is a melee attack, C is jump, X is the ninjutsu, and Y is a kunai throw. So hopefully this will go well. But timer will start as soon as I begin game. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Going to be a lot of just standard platforming on this stage. Easy going, you're going to run through C's. It's all melee. No kunai of any form is going to be used at all. So he's just going to be jumping, dodging, jump slashing, you name it, anything he's going to do with his katana. He did pick up a power-up. That allows him to actually use his sword. If you don't have it, you're only using a kunai, and you don't really get a lot of reach with that. So you want to make sure you keep your power-up. So, moving on, we got the little baddies over here, and then a little bit we got the mini boss of the area. Let's see. Then the second stage, it's a little bit. It's still a platformer stage. There's no auto scrollers. You're just gonna kind of breeze right through. Since you're gonna be using your weapon, you just want to go through them, not have to worry about anything.
I took damage there.
Oh man! So image removes the power, the power up. So he's gonna lose his katana, even though it's good. We're just gonna keep going with that.
Oh no.
It's fine. No worries. No worries.
Oops. Alright, so I grabbed the extra guy up here because in this route, well, the no kunai, we abuse the self-destruct ninjutsu a lot. So I try and pick up extra guys as much as possible. But it's also easier to do on normal because the point system, once you reach a certain amount of points, you get extra guys. So if you just do well enough in the stage, you get a mass amount of points and guys, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. So like at the end, you're gonna get like a technical bonus for not throwing any kunai. So see that 7,000 extra points, that usually helps out. That little chime is just a signifier that you got an extra life because of points.
Yeah, it's always good.
But the first auto scroller level, pretty straightforward. That's the POW, so this should be smooth sitting go.
I don't want to take any damage. Just kind of slows.
This is the point where you can be like, hey, what's up? All right, just a nice scenic view with a horseback ride.
Yeah, the parallax is really cool. I mean, the scrolling going on in the back, and then you have these kites. Don't know how they're they're riding on it. Thankfully, the game is nice enough to let you know where the heck the obstacles are, and yeah. You gotta imagine though, like riding that horse without any gear on the horse. It's gotta be really uncomfortable, yeah.
Oh yeah, especially drawing a katana out like that real quick. Such dexterity.
It's almost like the horse has, I don't know, built-in like handles or something. I don't know.
Or how he's not slicing this horse's head off every time. Yeah.
Yeah, slicing in a 2D plane. All right, got the 2 swipes, and that's the boss. Good stuff.
Easy.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, a power-up equals 3 standard amount as a power-up shot.
Don't mind that. That kunai didn't kill anyone, so it doesn't count.
It happens. Man, I thought this was no kunai. Nah, you're fine.
Asterisk, if it kills anyone, then no go.
I gotcha. All right, so here's a little bit of an auto scroller. That's fine. As some of you are familiar, this area, you know, you really don't have to kill them. You can, as Faust is doing right here.
Yeah, I just do it because it's funny that the sword just goes right through and kills everyone.
Not even damaging. I mean, who would have thought? The sword just kind of phases through existence.
And somehow destroys life at the same time.
Yep. All right, so continuing on, these enemies, the ones that shoot, obviously all of them shoot, but like not the minute, like the machine gun. But these just kind of shots. I mean, I actually don't have to kill them for the most part.
Yeah, you can just...
The reason why is because as long as you don't attack them, they're not going to actually attack you. They kind of just are pre-programmed to just do it.
I mainly just take them out because adding to the point values just to ensure that in case some things go awry and I have to do some like shenaniganery, it's good to have some extra lives on backup.
Yeah, it's definitely good. It's like if you're using a ninjutsu, you miscalculate your lives. I mean, you have 5, so the chances of you know, blowing yourself up with the Mijin, it's probably not gonna happen. You'll kill the loss before then.
All right, so up here, if you just jump straight up, it usually takes 8 side jumps, and then you can double jump, and then you're in. See, there we go.
Yeah, no worries. And then this boss, easy peasy. He doesn't mix, no silly, and that's this very difficult boss.
So hard.
Life. Well, with this ninjutsu, what it does is it depletes 1 life to actually refreshes your life. So say if you're at 1 tick of health and you use it, it actually expends your life, but also refills it because you essentially just refilled and gained a life, or gained life. I don't know. It's weird.
And you keep your power unless you do 3 consecutive self-destructs. If you do 3 of them, then you come back without a power-up, but...
That is good to know. I actually did not know that.
Yeah, because...
I guess it's because, you know, this is a little bit of a... I don't know. I never really experimented past the expert route, so I guess that makes sense. It's not often you get more than 3 lives in the route, so this is a melee only, obviously. But yeah, so this is body weapon. You see a lot of the brain guys coming out of the capsules.
Yeah,
no idea how or why they're around, but breeze right through them, jump through, and get to the end. Yes, there's that hell.
Alright, so since we kind of don't use the level wraps like you do in any percent normally, because you got to throw kunai and do a bit, but I don't know, I feel like it defeats the purpose. If you do like 1 goof up in a double jump and throw a bunch of kunai and it doesn't kill anyone, that's acceptable, but throwing a bunch of kunai to do a level wrap, I feel defeats the no kunai purpose.
Yeah, I feel ya. And the thing is, like, if I'm not mistaken, a friend of mine experimented with it, and he actually was having a lot of trouble doing any of the clips with the 6-button mode. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but it may be actually more difficult.
Yeah, I definitely would agree to that. I think that once you enter the code, it messes with some of the mechanics inside the game. So it could just mess up what we've already found and exploited.
All right, so we're on to the body weapon 2 stage. You can see that in the background. That is the boss. That is the Hydra. And we'll see how fast it takes out this boss very shortly. Honestly, I'm not even sure to say yes, but could be.
Just
All
two
right,
of those bad
go.
boys and she's done. Got our pal.
Yeah, using 2 is fine. As you said earlier, 3 is the point.
Surfing time, everybody. Early 90s, Sega, let's be cool. What's cooler than surfing in an industrial wasteland?
Or just a reference to that movie, The Surf Ninjas.
Knives?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we took
You
damage.
got these-
That's not good.
It's okay. I think you have one more opportunity to get your power up.
Yeah, there's another one near that trolley guy. But it seems to go well in practice, so hopefully I don't need my
Yeah,
words.
it's really hard to. Yeah, man.
Yep, there we go.
It's really hard to get a feel for these guys. I don't know. I've been talking with some friends, experimenting. It's something to do with Joe's position on the screen. For those that say Joe is the ninja that.
Oh, yeah.
It's Joe Musashi is the
Joe
Shinobi.
Musashi. So
He
usually
is.
what I do there, that guy will sometimes be at the end of the ramp and he just messes you up. He'll throw a bomb or he'll mess up your trajectory and then you'll fall on a bomb. And then you lose power, which makes this boss fight suck.
Yeah, these mini bosses are they're tanks. They're probably, I want to say they have the most health in the game.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah, these guys are, if you don't have a power up, then you're taking him out slow and rolling. But since you got the power up, he's nothing. He's just tinfoil.
Yeah, tear through them. Good stuff. And the thing is, if you use your ninjutsu, the Mijin ninjutsu, it's still just gonna do like the same amount as a POW slash. So there's no real point in using a ninjutsu unless it's like a shield. It's only with those sub bosses too, for them. I think, anyways. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for instance,
I think Mila. It's very similar on how the ninja works, which we'll see.
all right. So I usually take my time with that guy because he can be trolly sometimes. Oh, we got hit by that guy, but there's a POW luckily at the end of the level, so. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick up the extra ninjutsu power up just so I can have 2 lightning shields, because I used to attempt this next upcoming side boss without just trying to find like a hitbox like exploitation, kind of like the first side boss in the game. And it's very finicky and does not work too well. So I just found using the lightning shield is probably the easiest way to just take a bunch of abused damage and then take them out really quick. So what used to be like a solid 3-minute fight for me, it's now like a fight.
Let's go. Yeah, just tear through them. Good stuff.
Yep. So we got 2 left.
Touch damage, any type of damage that Joe takes, even the damage that doesn't necessarily hurt him but makes any type of damage will deplete the shield.
And that's that guy.
Good stuff.
Ah, Electric Demon. So
yeah, this first stage is, oh man, it's one of the worst. It's cool platforming, but man, it's really hard. Like, I gotta say, out of all the stages, even I have a lot of issues with this one. Just tearing through these guys. Let's go. So, as you see, a new enemy is introduced as these mortar guys. They're very annoying. Yeah. You try to go fast, and then these guys show up, and it's like, nope, I'm gonna ruin it. It was a nice juke on that shot earlier. All right, and then of course you got the boomerang guys. Nothing really new there. At the end of this area, though, is gonna be the other sub boss, which is.
Oh no. Oh well.
It happens. No worries.
Man, we'll just suicide a lot on him.
You know, you could do jump slashes.
Yes, as I
That's
plan on
another
doing that
viable
too.
one. Would recommend.
Ah.
All right.
Ah, that jump slash. Ooh, I almost died. So I also abuse the suicide just so I don't have to start over because that would just be annoying. Oh, okay, there we go. So there's an extra backup POW right there.
Yeah, there's a couple more, but that's probably the one that we want to keep.
Oh well. That's because I didn't do my usual way of doing that. That's what I get.
It's all right. No worries.
Yeah, no worries. We just move on. This game can be very forgiving sometimes, but it can also be very unforgiving. So
Yeah.
just got to keep going with it.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna grab the other ninjutsu right over in this area just because I like it and I feel safe.
There's actually quite a bit of stage. It's really surprising.
Yeah, because then we're about to get another one. But this is just because this is the route. All right, so normally I can just chill right here. Try, but I want to give myself just a little extra. I'm kind of coming. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, into shooting. Gotcha. Cool.
From him instead of the machine gun guy, because the machine gun guy, if he hits you with his bullets, you just get knocked back like an insane amount. But
yeah, and then recovering on the wall is, yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah, but we made it through, so.
You know, I never thought to use a ninjutsu right there for this area. That
was my
interesting.
When I first started routing the no kunai, when you like threw out that suggestion like a year ago, that was my main problem, was like, how do I get this bomb right there to go off? Because in the normal route, you gotta use a kunai to shoot through, or you level wrap if you're using any percent strats.
That's right.
So I was like, well, I guess just grab a bunch of lives and then suicide through the clipping.
Good stuff. All right, took a little. There's a POW at the very end of the stage. Get that sword back, and there's gonna be worried.
And we got another guy, so. All right, so these two dudes, they can be on a.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with how, you know, where the screen is vertically, like when
Yeah.
you're getting that POW. Yeah, I think it's what loads them.
Yeah, it seems that every time I do a double jump after getting the POW, they seem to have the same pattern. But if I don't, then they're like on this off pattern where it just volleys me in between their bullet spreads, and it's annoying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're doing this strat. Good stuff. Yeah, jump slash strat is good. I like it.
Oop, a little too far. Wow, he's never done that
happens.
before. He's never gone all the way to the left. This is weird. Mecha
I will say, generally, this is just general, if anybody was curious. So, the reason why you want to get on the right, well, our right arm to the Mecha Godzilla is so come out of the Mecha Godzilla as often, because you're on the left arm, our left. Yeah, the fire comes out pretty often.
So here's an instance of like, uh-oh, something might happen.
Yeah. It's no checkpoints whatsoever, and the only power-up is at the beginning of the stage. Whoever created the stage was laughing the whole way. Yeah,
oh yeah,
they were laughing the
he's
whole
a
way.
monster.
They're sleeping comfortably at night because they know exactly what they made.
Because the double jump is like similar to Revenge of Shinobi. It's not as frame perfect as Revenge, but it's still like at the height of Musashi's jump, you gotta get on it, and if you don't, then you're falling.
Mm-hmm. Everything that you're seeing on screen is pretty scripted. Everything comes out at the same time. You could, because it's an auto scroller, you can actually gauge when the enemies are going to come out due to the music.
Oh, we missed the rock. See, that's how easy. That's the double jump.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you gotta. It's almost like you gotta mash even harder.
Yeah.
But
yep.
It's all right. So you got the power up. You're gonna climb a little bit more. Don't even know where all these rocks came from. Like, obviously, when you blow up Mechagodzilla, there's gonna be a huge explosion. But like, where were the rocks? I guess it was on some cliff side.
Yeah.
I mean, just going off of the background alone. Or maybe like the explosion caused like some type of chasm, like just a split in the mountain. And that's what you're falling in.
And we just got to try and make it back up the chasm.
Yeah. Then we meet this interesting boss. You don't really understand why the boss is there because you're still on these rocks. But lo and behold, the boss is there. So don't you worry.
Ugh. 2 deaths is bad.
No worries. This stage is, you know, it's hard. It's gonna happen. Things happen.
It's gonna pick up this game, and you're gonna try. Don't get disappointed if you fall. A bunch just happens.
Yeah, I had a friend. Well, I have a friend that just really got to him. It's like, man, this stage is brutal.
I remember watching my stepdad play this game as a kid, and every time he'd get to this level, he would absolutely rage quit.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I mean, the double jump isn't as frame perfect, but I mean, it's or frame accurate, I should say, but it's still something you know that can be unforgiving, as you said earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it can be a very forgiving game, or it can be a very unforgiving game.
The game giveth and the game taketh.
Like right there, the game taketh away.
Just hold on.
All right, so now we got to really play it safe because lives are very low and not what I'm used to.
Wait, was that? Nah, never mind. I almost thought you hit a checkpoint. I was like, wait, there's a checkpoint in this stage? Since when? Wouldn't that be something though? Like if there was.
If there was,
'cause
that'd be a grace.
I know in other games there's like what is it, difficulty adjustment, which would be very interesting in this game. Like intentionally taking lives to adjust the difficulty to make the game a little bit faster or easier. That would be cool.
So normally, if you were doing any percent, you could just double jump and throw a bunch of kunai everywhere. The reason why this
honestly
is so hard is because I'm trying not to kill these guys with kunai. So we get abused.
Yeah, so like I generally tell people not to do dive kicks, but like in melee only, you want to use whatever you can to just, you know, get these guys out of here. I actually recently routed the pacifist route for this stage, and it's still
Yeah,
melee
so
and pacifist. Jeez.
so pretty much just should have played it safe instead of trying to do that, but the game's just not being nice today. But if I lose all my guys right here, I guess we'll continue on. But if I go further than 40 minutes, I'm probably gonna call my run just so we can keep the schedule going afloat. And the ironic thing about this is that the run I did before setup, I beat my PB by 3 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow. That's good stuff.
I was like, we surely got this in the bag.
What was your PB?
35-36.
Not bad.
And at first it was in the strong 40 range, like 41, 42-ish. And then I slowly dwindled that down to 35-ish. But right now, case of like 38, 39, maybe even 40-ish now than usual. But it's all good. Nope, we're not even gonna try that guy. Oh, and he did it anyways.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay.
So here's our extra guy. Yeah, that would have been annoying.
Ooh, man, yeah. Good. So, yeah, as you can tell, he's safe right now. Everything's a-okay, safe. Do the platforming. There's a pebble of faith. It has a huge platform you can stand on. Like, I recommend using it every time.
All right, so here's the boss we were talking about like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, this boss, oof. I'm sure it'll be fun though.
I did
Good
find
stuff.
out that the suicide, it doesn't do that much damage to this guy. It just does one hit. It doesn't do any extra. So there's no point even trying to utilize it until like the last cycle.
Hmm.
But since we're running low on lives, we're just not even gonna bother. We're just gonna,
Yeah.
because he's
Easy
only
coasting.
got, yeah, he's got one more to go.
Man, Joe really fighting to use that kunai. It's kind of cool.
We threw a little dive kick in there just for some measure, just to throw it in his face that we could.
Yeah. All right, and then of course, like everything in this game blows up.
With a pronounced These guys are annoying, so I just kind of let them pass through and just start dive kicking.
Yeah, they're really random, honestly. Like
They can either be really
random.
aggro or they can be really chill and just sit there. These guys are buttholes. They're so
the
annoying.
flying really fun. You can enter the door mid-jump. It's really, it actually saves like a second. I don't understand how it works, but it's cool to get in the run.
All right, this part's shaky. This fire person is annoying, but we're just gonna double jump over
you gotta
them.
be careful.
Ooh. All right, we lost our POW, but I'd rather lose our POW than have to do that all over again.
Yeah, no worries. And you've got some insurance with the lives.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually just gonna take this just to play it safe, because these things can instant kill you even if you got a lightning shield. So on these right here.
What do those enemies do? It's like they ran like through the crushers, and I don't know. It's like they phased out. It was so weird.
Their true form, just mythical ghost ninjas.
Yes. So.
All right, so here's the Ninja Man. He's pretty random when coming out, but usually I just shot more than often or stays on this level. I'll pick that when he didn't, but...
If I'm not mistaken, we did see this guy in the previous game as well, and I think he's the final boss.
How is he back?
Yeah, not the final boss in this one, though. Still a troll of a boss. Alright, so it's looking like he's not going to be using his shield at all, and the reason why is he wants to keep it for Mijin.
Yeah, if you activate the lightning shield during this exact point right there in that transition, Joe will actually lock right onto the master, and then you soft lock the game, so no lightning shield.
So, I don't know if the video like lagged or anything, but it looked like you selected your ninjutsu without pressing pause. Was that happen?
Yeah, when you enter the 6-button mode, it can change the ninjutsus over, so you don't even have to pause. Yeah,
that's good to know. That.
Yep.
Wow, saving that time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and that is the Ninja Master. Good stuff. All right, guys, we're on Final Confrontation. As the name implies,
We couldn't clip through the fog of doom.
Oh, darn. Yeah, it happens. This area, as you can see, there's just... you fall, that's it.
More falling into death pit levels. Exactly what this game needs.
Oh, man. Player crashed. I can kind of tell where you're at.
Oh. Dead because the fog hit me.
It happens. The fog is really, like, sometimes you can jump through it, sometimes you can't. It's really hard to gauge. It has something to do with how the ship sways up and down. Like, if you time it, like, going down, or... it's... I don't know. It's risky either way.
Yeah. And sometimes grab onto anything, which is terrible.
Yeah, jumping over that... that one without the platforms. What is... Copyright Gromfaloon 2017. Good stuff. It's so good. It's really hard to pull off too. When you get it, it feels good.
Oh, lost the POW. But that's okay, because there's like a million before we even reach our final boss.
Yeah, and this is the only stage with enemies. The next stage will be strictly platforming.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. There was definitely one movement that you did that made me very nervous. Oh, man. Actually, there's two of them. I can't believe you bad man. going just right off of the platform, like the where you're hanging, and you jump right before you fall. Like that's, whew, that's some anxiety right there. Jeez.
I like to keep you.
Yeah, I guess so. Wants to dodge this little chair. What he's gonna be doing, he's gonna be despawning some enemies.
Oh, they
And it kind
respawn.
of happens.
For the most part, we despawned a lot of them.
Yeah, as long as you don't go left or right, those drones don't come out and bully you.
I kind of like to
You
use
ultimately don't.
the rail in the middle as kind of like a safeguard of what to use. Like, just stay there, kind of crouch. And should be
Yeah,
good.
exactly. As long as you stay there, everything's
Oops.
fine. Just time the jumps.
We're getting obliterated. But it's
Yeah,
actually kind
it's
of
nice.
intended sometimes, because if I fail a double jump, I get stuck in a valley. So sometimes I'm like, screw it, I'll take a hit and then just get my bearings in.
Mm-hmm.
And normally, like, if you guys were to check out Cure's runs, during this whole section, he's just windmill kunai attack where he's just double jumping and throwing a bunch of kunai everywhere, and that just destroys. So it makes it easier.
It's super easy, but Faust here is doing the melee only, and it's a little more difficult for that.
Those little robot guys are so annoying sometimes, but we made it.
And as I said, it's strictly just platforming. There's absolutely no enemies, only hazards. So best of luck to you with your platforming. It's
Thank
really,
you.
it should be all right.
Oh.
Just casually avoiding the electric lines.
I'm actually gonna go up here and get the extra ninjutsu, just so we can have an extra lightning shield or an extra self-suicide, just in case.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. All right, it's 2 ninjutsu. There's actually gonna be another one.
Yeah, but I don't go for that one.
Oh, really? Oh, gotcha. This is definitely the more safer route.
The other one, I always mess up the jump on things, so we failed that jump. So we're just gonna go like this.
Yeah, no worries. Good stuff. Yeah, you just kind of breeze through it. Don't want to wait for the platform. It does what it can to try to help you, but
So we're gonna get this
Yeah, but-
extra guy here just because we kind of need it. And there's another extra guy, I think, or oh no, I think that was just it. That's just for good measure, just so we're safe. Oh no, there is another extra guy. It's actually quite a funny one, because they juke you out with this like time bomb, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta wait,"
oh, that's right.
but you can actually just grab it, no problem. It's right here. So right here, they're like, "Oh," if you just do that every time, it's no.
Yeah, it is interesting, the physics that Joe has whenever he's grabbing the ceiling. I was actually experimenting with a way to like move faster while grabbing the ceiling. Perfect. RTA, I don't think it's RTA viable.
Ooh, that would be interesting. All right.
At the mercy of this platform. Oh, my player crashed again. Thanks.
All right, so this one is just your dexterity on your side, hopping, jumping left to right. If you're good, you can kind of bypass all the electric fields like I just did, thankfully.
Ooh. Good stuff, yeah.
All right, so here is Neo Zed, this robotic. So he kind of jukes our katana a lot, so it's kind of a good thing that he just hit us and I don't have to be mad. Pretty much wait until he starts attacking to even do anything to him, because he'll just keep doing.
Got 3 lives. He can definitely
just get in his face. Oh, and that was good, because sometimes if you try to do the suicide, he'll do this shadow attack where he just like morphs into the background and then he shows up right behind you as you reappear. It's kind of like a ha-ha to you. But thankfully, if you do the suicide when he's in the middle of an attack or jumping, it'll do damage, and thankfully that did, so that might speed this up a lot faster.
Yep.
Yeah, see here, for example, he's gonna show up like right behind us. Hey, hey, hey.
Surprise.
But we don't care about that. Attack.
Just a little bit. Yeah, a lot of his attacks are really strong too. Like nothing really does like 1 damage. Maybe like the kunais that he throws. But other than that, even the touch damage. Really strong.
I actually think I do this. All right, timer when it fades to black. All right, that's it.
GG Faust.
Thank you, thank you.
GG. Congratulations.
That little snafu and trap set us back a little bit, so my apologies.
It's an arduous run. Definitely kudos to you for doing it.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if anyone else wants to try and do this, join the same Discord server that Dagron was talking about. We compiled all of the Shinobi Sega games into like one Discord server, so you'll see us in there talking. I'd love to teach anyone and everyone that wants to try it, because I think it's a very enjoyable route for this game. It's definitely challenging, but if you got the mind and focus, you can.
Hell yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for the run, Faust, and thank you, Kier, for the commentary.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Was fun.
Ronoon doing 2 runs in a row. First, Alien, Echo, The Tides of Time.